Hi, so fucking drunk, back again with yet another attempt at an ale review. The beer I'm going to review just now is, I just thought I'd never ever get a chance to review this beer. It's one from yesteryear. A lot of people north of the border, and I think a few people south of the border probably dabbled in this as well. And it's the William Younger's Tartan Special, or as it was known in England as Tartan Bitter. I may stand correct on that, but Tartan Special up here. Lovely to see this. Actually, one of my videos, someone made a comment on it about that it was on sale again in cans in Morrison's, and I couldn't believe it. I took a trip to a Morrison supermarket and I could not believe they had this in cans, because it just seemed to disappear years ago. I do not know why, because it was a great seller north of the border. A lot of people drank it. So anyway, got it in cans. I could not believe it. I want to see how good it is. I'm paying it homage. It's getting in the Tartan Special glass. My wee Tartan Special glass is actually going to have tartan in it. It's had every other beer under the sun in it, but Tartan Special. So I'm really, I can't wait to try this. I know that north of the border up here, you can still get it on draft in certain bars in Glasgow, but it is hard to find, I've got to admit that. It was classed, when I grew up, when you were as beer goggles would say, a Popsy McLager. I said Poxy there, a Popsy McLager drinker. You grew up, this was classed as the old man's drink, and then suddenly you have a dabble into the dark side of beer. And it was one that you would try, and it had its fans, and it had people that just thought it was just piss. Me personally, I was a fan. So anyway, it's a nice dark ruby reddish colour about it. Very similar to its sister beer, the McEwan's Export, which two of them used to be like Scottish Newcastle beers. Don't know if you can pick me up on all. It is very highly carbonated. 3.5. Now I can't remember, but is anyone out there longer in the tooth than me? Was it not a little bit stronger than 3.5? Anyway, I'm going to hear for the nose of the Tartan Special. See what I can come up with. Oh, it just smells the way I remember it. You get a lovely smell of caramel in there, the sweet caramel. A little bit of the roasted malts that it was famous for. Lovely stuff. This was the kind of drink that the old guy in the pub would sit, and if he couldn't drink the pints anymore, he'd have a couple of them half pints and a couple of goldies with it, a couple of nice drams. They'd sit all night contented drinking this stuff. So anyway, I've got in here, this is a little bit of blast from my past. So fucking drunk, drinking a Tartan Special 3.5 on the Richter scale. Slangy fella. It's really just the way I remember it. The creamy toffee taste just explodes all over the tongue. A little bit of the roasted malt as well is in there. Not as intense as what I can remember, the roasted malt. It used to be, I remember like when I was drinking lagers, and then I started to dabble in these types of beers. Excuse me. I always felt these beers, we class them up here in Scotland as heavies. They're classed as bitters down south in England and Wales and stuff like that. We class them as heavies, and I always remember the reason. I think that the reason we class them up here because we're the heavier taste and the heavier sort of lie in the stomach than a lager. But this has got a lot of character still in it. It has got a lot of character. It's got the lovely creaminess about it. This is one that I will buy again. I will buy again for the simple reason is it's a little piece of my history, and I love the way how William Youngers have brought it back and they've put the wee tartan bit on it as well, the Tartan Special. Because when I grew up and when you were drinking when you were underage, I always remember it had the wee tartan skirt on it as well, and then they get rid of that, and I think it was black in both bottom of the can, like the top half was down there as well. But it's a nice nostalgic trip back for me. It works really well with a Sweetheart Stout. This makes the best black and tan north of the border. Tartan Special, and I think it's Young's again, the Tennant's Sweetheart Stout, the one with the 1950s woman on it. That makes a cracking black and tan. Go back in here again because I'm starting to rabble, but it's been worth waiting for. Yeah, I am an absolute sucker for caramel toffee in beers, especially in your brown beers. I love it, I absolutely love it, and there's a nice bit of lacing on the glass as well. This is not getting a chance to get lacing on the glass because I'm just absolutely throwing it down. Absolutely lovely stuff, Tartan Special. So anyway, I don't know if you guys down south or anywhere else can get your hands on this, and I don't know if you'd be interested in it anyway, but it was a class. A lot of you English boys down there, the ones that are sort of longer in the tooth, like myself, I dare say they've had a pint of Tartan Bitter at one point. And I know it was big down in England, especially in the north of England. Maybe the further south you went, it maybe didn't go down as far as that, but places like Newcastle and Liverpool, Manchester maybe a wee bit too cosmopolitan to have that, but I don't know. If there's anyone down there in the north of England tried this, this is a good working man's drink. Sort of one that your old man would go in and consume lots of pints of it, because it's easy to drink, very easy to drink. But if anyone out there can remember, is it slightly stronger, 3.5? I think it was actually. I would have to look that up. But 3.5 on a Richter scale it's given itself. The Tartan Special. I don't know if you can see that or not, my camera's pretty rotten. But it's an absolute corker of a beer. Great trip back in nostalgia. So anyway, I'm going to give William Youngers Tartan Special 3.5 on the Richter scale. I'm going to give this, and there will be people out there that'll probably laugh about it if they've drank it. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. That is one from my past. It's a nostalgic 8 out of 10. It's not the world's best beer, far by it, but I'll tell you, it's got a lot of character and it's got a lot of good memories for me. So anyway, this is So Fucking Drunk, drinking a Tartan Special. So if anyone out there's had the Tartan Special, the relaunch of the Tartan Special in cans, give us a shout, and if not, So Fucking Drunk, I'll see you in another beer review. Slanzy va, ciao for now, keep drinking good beer. See you later.